right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
The history of slavery in St. Louis. The traveling exhibit now in North County, highlighting central figures who led the fight for freedom.
After all that fresh snow yesterday, temperatures plummeted into the teens, the coldest day we've had in a while. What that represents and when we'll flip the script and get back above normal the rest of the month.
Days after the Kansas City mass shooting, gun control advocates now calling for change in Missouri.
I want to talk about policy changes now, not later, not thoughts and prayers first, now.
And the tragedy in Kansas City is shining a light on gun violence across the state. Good evening, I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Megan Kernan. Local advocates are now responding to the latest high-profile shooting. 5 on Your Side's Annie Krall joins us in the newsroom. Annie, what did they have to say?
Well, Megan, those gun advocates are calling for changes to the state's gun laws now. Today, I caught up with a SLU crime expert who said the shooting at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade highlights a problem that does need to be addressed.
While we were in the bathroom, trying to survive, fearing for our lives, she said, "Daddy, this is a drill, right? This is a drill."
Wednesday's mass shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade left one person dead and 22 others wounded, half of them children. 2 juveniles now being detained on gun-related and resisting arrest charges. St. Louis criminal justice experts saying sometimes
it's a protective factor. They feel, they're in danger in places that they may live or people they come into contact with.
Kansas City police believe a dispute between several people led to the shooting, though it is an active investigation.
Missouri does not have a law that prohibits young people from actually possessing firearms. So they cannot purchase nor can they conceal, but under certain circumstances, they can carry.
This weekend's gathering, supported by the National Moms Demand Action Organization, working to stop a continued cycle of violence.
But then to lose my daughter to it, I don't want to see this continuing into the next generation. And yet what I see every day on the news is like, it's already here.
Sarah Pope brought her 4th grade son, Tyrus, to Saturday's rally.
Well, he needs to understand, what's happening on the national level and just be aware that he's going to be making decisions as a voter sometime. And I want him to kind of see that, we could probably be doing more as a society to protect children and in the community from gun violence. It's unnecessary.
I can tell you there is some good news today from Kansas City. All 12 of those children treated at Children's Mercy Hospital after the shooting were discharged today. Megan.
That's great news. Thanks, Annie. Now to a false alarm at the St. Louis Galleria. Around 3:30 this afternoon, many shoppers fled the mall after hearing loud bangs they thought were gunshots. Police responded, but learned the shots were mistaken for a group of pro-Palestinian protesters banging on a set of drums. Now, the mall reopened shortly afterward.
Tonight, a man is in the hospital after a St. Anne police officer shot him this morning. Around 8 o'clock, officers got a call of someone being sick at the Park Chalet Apartments. Police say that's when a man pointed a gun at an officer from inside of an apartment there. The officer fired a shot, striking Davion Swinson in his arm. Swinson went to the hospital. He's now in police custody. He's charged with attempted assault on a law enforcement officer. The North County Police Cooperative now investigating. Tonight, a Walmart worker is facing charges after he shot a man at a North County store. It happened at the Florissant Walmart on Lindbergh just before 11 last night. Prosecutors charged 23-year-old Larry Miller with assault and armed criminal action. Investigators say he and the victim got into a fight when he pulled out a gun. When the man tried to run away, they say Miller shot him. The victim is expected to survive. Right now, Miller is in custody on a $250,000 bond.
Tonight, a fire is now out at a Wentzville shooting range. The Wentzville Fire Department says it started in a back room of Eagle Eye Shooting Range on Pick Parkway around 4 this afternoon. It was upgraded to a second alarm because of the amount of ammo inside the building. Now, one person was treated for possible smoke inhalation. Investigators are trying to find the cause of the fire. Turning to weather now, it appears Jack Frost stuck around this evening. Here is what it looks like in Florissant tonight. Now, while much of the snow and ice is off the roads, you can see a lot still stuck around on lawns and sidewalks.
All you got to do is look outside. Meteorologist Gary Frank here with your Weather First forecast. Hey, Gary.
Hey, good evening, Brent. Yeah, still, I think the best part about today is with all the sunshine, we've at least tried to clear some of those areas up the main roads. But tomorrow it's going to be really clear as we look outside. For the most part, though, it's still cold. This is one of our coldest days from top to bottom that we've had in many, many days. It's down into the teens in Alton. You can see in Indy, it's 14. That's all from the snowpack, and that little burst of cold air is finally exiting. The key for us is where the wind direction is. It's out of the west. You can see mid-20s, and while it's not a big warm-up, it's certainly going to make a difference for us overnight. There are clouds and a small disturbance south of Wichita that will have no impact on us. And overnight, we'll drop to around 21. And considering we're 25 now, that's pretty positive news. It's much better than this morning's temps in the teens, although there'll be a few spots there. And we'll highlight that here coming up shortly. But I do want to talk about how you should enjoy that snow tomorrow morning. It's going to be the last snow you'll see for quite some time when it melts tomorrow, and how much more melting we've got going on this week.
Thanks, Gary. It's Black History Month, and there are several events taking place across St. Louis.
That's right. This weekend, the North County Recreation Complex is hosting a traveling exhibit on the history of slavery. It's called Fight for Freedom. It features talks with Dred Scott's great-great-granddaughter and several others. Today, she discussed the impact the Dred Scott decision has on American history. Organizers hope to educate people on the stories and the fight for freedom that you may not usually hear about.
A lot of the stories on the exhibit, most people have never heard of or they don't really know much about. So this event is to kind of promote kind of that living Black studies that we have here.
The Fight for Freedom is open again tomorrow from 12 until 5 p.m.
Well, it's a night of honor for the St. Louis NAACP, which hosted its 112th annual Freedom Fund Awards dinner. Some 400 people were in attendance for the big event at the Marriott St. Louis Grand Hotel downtown. Tonight's program recognized local trailblazers who excel in business and finance, healthcare, human rights, and youth empowerment, to name a few. That included representatives from the United Way, the National Urban League, private foundations, and even city government.
Today it's about recognizing those folks who have, in many ways, are legends in this community. Their contributions, while may not be well known to everybody, but they're well known to us.
The NAACP was founded back in 1909. The St. Louis branch was created 3 years later. Five on Your Side's Diamond Palmer emceed tonight's awards dinner.
And be sure to join us next week for our Black History Shaping St. Louis event at the Missouri History Museum. It's Thursday, February 22nd. Happy hours at 5. The program starts at 6:30. Kelly Jackson and myself will be there to moderate. The event is free. All you have to do is show up.